Right.
Classic.
No, so yeah, apparently they pulled up to him and asked for a meeting. Like the whole gang turned up. It's just them stood with Brandon. They're adamant that somebody's selling magazines at 5k. The rifle mags.
Got a Polito card.
Obviously, just hinting that it's
Could be down for that.
it's not us, you know. So you know what they were insinuating. I'm going to be honest. I think they've probably been gaslit by somebody into like somebody saying they sell them at 5k because nobody has been. Like, you know, we haven't been selling them at 5k.
But that's cheaper. That's cheaper than anyone's doing it, no?
Yeah, I said to Brandon, if you've got any mags at 5k, let me know, mate. I have them, you know.
It does 6, right?
6.5 a bulk. I think with
I'd
Manor,
heard of 6 being done before.
Yeah,
Not 5 though.
So yeah, so I mean, basically what it sounds like is, obviously being the, you know, most aggressive, you know, and best gang in the city, where you you just want to try and kill everybody all the time, doesn't really pay off when you try and do business with people. So pretty much what's happened is nobody wants to buy mags for them to fund anything that they do, because they know that every time they do a bank truck, they're going to be there. Every time they do a money run, they're going to be there. You know.
Wait, really? People have stopped going to them for shoot.
100%.
I mean, you gotta look at it this way, right? Us and Hydra, the other 2 biggest gangs in the city that would need the magazines the most, both hate Besties.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming Besties are on the same or Hydra on the same logic as us, and they don't buy off us.
Don't fund in them, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you that. Yeah, I know where Hydra buy from, and it isn't the Besties. So
that's a good thing though, because it shows that, like, you know, there's business repercussions which haven't existed in years.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like the whole. So obviously, they're pressing him and saying that, insinuating that he's selling mags cheaper, and obviously that's just seems to be really like a bit of an excuse to kind of try and fuck up his operation, because they've lost customers through the way that they've conducted themselves. And as much as you say business is business, unfortunately, you know, when you're trying to kill the people's gang that you're trying to sell to 4 times a day, you know, it becomes a bit more than that, doesn't it? That's the problem.
Thing is, the Brandon's in a bit of a hot spot because the way that they do the whole plug thing, I mean, none of them are anonymous anymore. Like when I did the mission to get the chip so that we can all place orders, like we all saw who the 10 people that got chips were. So it's not like there's any like hiding behind a curtain on who's doing what. So
yeah, I'm down for it.
It is kind of peak on the smaller people in a way, because it doesn't take a genius to work out who it could be when you know who all the plugs are.
Well, so the thing was, right, apparently they actually had a meeting and set prices. And then it turns out that when Brandon's been trying to approach people and sell mags, he's been told by other people that they've been selling lower.
So who's been selling lower?
The Besties. They came to an agreement on the prices, right? And then I think they just, maybe they're trying to hope a bit that the reason people aren't buying mags isn't because they're buying them cheaper from somebody else. It's just because, like I say, you keep shooting down the gangs you're trying to sell to.
I'm going to be honest. The whole reason we started getting cheaper mags is because we got cheaper mags elsewhere before Brandon.
Yeah. So apparently they were being sold in the pawn shop for cheaper.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's like, yeah, it does seem, I mean, to bring a whole gang to speak to one guy, you know, it's a bit of a show of force, isn't it, really?
Strong
Like
arm,
and it's a bit rough for the people that are a one-man army, but realistically, I suppose it is also a benefit because he's harder to deal with, isn't he, you know, in that regard.
Kind of did it to themselves, though.
Well, I mean, it just comes with repercussions, right? It's just the way that it is, you know? If you, I mean, it's the way that the city is, you know? Because it's not even, I think from what I've seen on, even on Twitter, like with them towards Hydra, right? It's not just like a bit of, you know, it'll be what it'll be. We're both trying to, you know, cash in and make some money.
They don't fuck everybody. They ain't really got no boys or like allies these days.
It also becomes like very like, you know, dog shit gang all the time, right? It's not even like you've just had a bit of a scuffle. You know, you're shitting on the whole gang, calling it shit, and it just people remember that, don't they?
It's personal, bro. Like we got smoked by Hydra at a bank truck yesterday, right? I got us absolutely shafted, to be honest. But the difference was a couple of jokes were cracked. One of us were brought to hospital to come back and get the rest of the boys. That's it. Move on with your life. We got smoked by Besties yesterday, and it's all like, oh, I hope Bambi dies in the hospital. Your gang's shit. You're an embarrassment. Hop to blah 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 blah. Like, who the fuck am I going to go to for business? I got shot down by both gangs. Which one am I going to go to?
Yeah, no, I get it. I think realistically, what they'd probably be better doing is actually reaching out to like other people and try and create the illusion that it isn't them selling.
They should have done it through a front. If they would have done it through a front, it would have been better. If they did that from the beginning and no one knew it was Besties selling, then they would have not had that problem.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, would you have been able to work it out though, based on what you know?
I would have, and other plugs would have, but
Wouldn't have been so
the rest,
as much
the rest of the city wouldn't have known. Well, I mean, you say that meeting, when those round tables happen and it's the 10 plugs there, there's not really a person there. Like every base is covered. There's not many people that aren't accounted for. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's pretty much the whole criminal underworld would know, I guess.
Yeah, which trickles down anyway, right? Nothing's a secret if people know it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
The only people that aren't at that round table is Hydra.
That's interesting.
Well, no, and yeah, no, actually, I think it is only Hydra when I think about it.
That is interesting. Why the f did that happen?
Well, because Flippy was talking mad shit on Twitter about the plugs. He probably got cut off.
Oh yeah.
Was he ever there or no?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you not say he's dealing with your guy now? So is that?
No, because the guy that I go through works for the people that give me deagles.
Right.
Flippy being the spokesperson for us, for that guy, isn't him working for the big dog. That's him working for a middleman.
Right. Okay. So is there anybody that's, you like the pipeline on class 2s is still quite slow from what you've said. Is there anybody that isn't slow with class 2s?
Apple's probably the best.
So do you think there's more than one?
There's two. There's Apple and then like a Jamaican Don. The Jamaican Don's who I used to go through, or he fell out. So he then hit me up and was like, to avoid us falling out in the future, if you need shit, you can go through Flippy. I was with Flippy at the time, right? And Flippy had a listening device, and me and him was basically talking about how the plugs just feeds you a bunch of bullshit. And he called Flippy and called me, and like we literally caught him in the act because we were standing next to each other while he was telling us one thing and then telling the other person another thing. Like,
how did he call? Like, what does he sound like when he calls you?
I think just the radiator is like.
yo, man, you wanna buy any class 2s, man? Like that.
Oh.
I appreciate you letting me know about all that, by the way.
Mister.
What have you just found out now, Steve?
No, I found out through Flippy, actually.
To be fair, I did ask.
I told you that ages ago, bro.
You never told me that. I found out.
Told you
no,
that
you didn't.
The day it happened.
No, you didn't.
I remember.
No, you didn't. You told DJ the day it happened.
No, you called me as I was leaving the J. I literally.
You did not tell me. I promise you. I found out through Flippy a week later.
Bro, I definitely told you.
You didn't. You told DJ. Because DJ told me you told him, but it was only because he called you directly after the meeting. It wasn't me you spoke to. It was DJ.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh shit, my bad, G. I was in my that was in my jar of gatekeep from Steampo because it involved the faceless.
Okay. Well, you're not allowed to talk to them, Steve.
Yo.
Nah, he's.
Yes, I'm sorting something for you for Eli. He told you to get 22k or something.
I got it on me. Grab this.
Okay. Also, I'm gonna buy 5 heavies off Ben's because we have 0 guns. Please take us over for a little bit. That's
so why do we buy
200K.
1.8 mil worth of ammo if we ain't got no guns?
We have
DJ.
guns.
Yeah, we've got guns up north, but I'm talking about
building up
guns
the
for down
fucking
here.
war reserve, and I'm not letting people use it for bank trucks. But Jim is buying guns for bank trucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I still think we should maybe like bring half them heavies down for now, but it's up to you at the end of the day.
No.
Because I don't know.
You don't need them for bank trucks though.
You do.
What have we got in the armory right now? Like just down here?
Nothing. Not like the shitty AKs that like at that point you might as well go unarmed, bro.
So
or
buy
I'm
the
gonna throw a
guns,
spanner in the works. We just don't do as many at the moment.
Oh yeah, I mean, but
more guns.
yeah, but you need them. You need to do them to get a fleeker cards to make money to buy more guns. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah,
fucking
100%.
cycle,
But
bro.
let's be real, yeah. There's a handful of times when we do it for the card.
I don't know. I actually disagree. We actually haven't. We have 0 cards right now.
We got none. The black one's
0.
still scuffed.
Yeah, the black ones are scuffed. I was gonna say if the black cards were fine, then we could go.
How many
do
are we
fleekers.
countering a lot or not really?
Not that many. I'll be real.
I mean, we rush countered last night, and I got
yeah, we
smoked.
did. Yeah. I
So
can't
we
lie.
lost 6
Last
to that
night was
last.
a bit of a mess, but
We should focus on doing our own and do less countering and while we're building the armory or whatever.
yeah, I think I can't lie. The main problem is the fact that we've been in like so many close encounters to war with the besties. You know what I mean? Because I can't lie. Every time we've tried to smoke them recently, we've got smoked, and that's 6 guns gone every time.
Be what it be. We just need to pick our fights better than while we're stacking them up, innit? Like avoid what we
Yeah,
can.
exactly.
I mean, we have to be pussies, but don't have to go into every cargo counter or go to every bank truck counter.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm ordering. What's it called? 5 heavies off Ben's. There's only 200k, so we still have like, you know, a decent amount left in the box. I think DJ's got an order in as well for that mill. That's why I'm not touching it, right? Because that's for up north, right, Steve? That mill. But then we'll still have 265k left, which is like not great, but is what it is. We have to deal with it.
I've got to get some money for stills, actually.
Just start buying scuba gear. That's the meta. How much? 85 in it.
84. Yeah.